The instant the drone smashed into my horse's water tank, erupting in a shower of sparks and shattered plastic, I knew we'd crossed a line we couldn't uncross. It wasn't the first drone to invade my quiet patch of land that week. In fact, it was the sixth, but this one came with a menacing hum, a gleaming lens zeroing in on my wind turbine, and a heat scanner whirring like it was hunting a target. I stood frozen, clutching a hammer in one hand and a coil of irrigation hose in the other, watching the mangled propeller blades twitch in the dirt. My mare, Bella, barely flicked an ear before returning to her drink, as if exploding drones were just another Tuesday. That was the moment my old military instincts roared back to life, shoving the rancher in me aside. Whoever sent that drone had no clue who they were tangling with. Life on my ranch in the rolling hills of eastern Oregon had been peaceful for years, a deliberate escape from my past as a military engineer. I'd traded covert ops for cattle, cornfields, and a solar-powered setup that kept me off the grid. That tranquility shattered a month ago in the sticky heat of August 2024, when the first drone swooped low over my stable's roof. It wasn't subtle flashing blue lights, a glossy frame, and a camera glaring down like a vulture on a caffeine binge. I brushed it off as some teenager's toy from the nearby town of Willow Creek. But it returned day after day, dawn, noon, and twilight, each past bolder, circling my land like a predator sizing up prey. It even hovered outside my workshop one night while I was tweaking a rainwater harvester, its lens lingering as if memorizing my every move before vanishing into the dusk. That's when I knew this wasn't random. My security cameras caught grainy footage of the same serial number on every flyby. This was targeted. I dusted off an old GPS triangulation app from my contracting days and traced the drone's path. It led straight to a gaudy McMansion on the edge of town, home to Monica, the self-anointed queen of the Willow Creek Homeowners Association. Of course it was her. Who else would have the audacity to spy on private land with a fleet of drones and a chip on her shoulder? I marched to her pristine lawn, still soggy from an overzealous sprinkler, and rang her bell. She answered in a lime green tracksuit, hair in a tight bun, smirking like she'd already won. I kept it civil, demanding she keep her drones off my property. Sipping coffee at 9 a.m., she claimed it was for community safety and that my unorthodox wind turbine raised red flags. When I asked if stalking was in the HOA handbook, she sneered, "We write the rules, mister. Cowboy. Want privacy? Move to Montana." Then she slammed the door. Days later, a glossy letter arrived, accusing me of disrupting community oversight and threatening fines if I blocked her aerial patrols. I almost laughed, but the next morning, 2 drones buzzed my land, one circling my house, the other hovering over my shed as I worked on a radio antenna. That was my breaking point. I unlocked a steel case in my storage room, revealing a portable signal jammer, a relic from my last mission overseas. Still licensed under rural federal exemptions, it was designed to neutralize drones in a pinch. As Monica's drones made another pass, I fired it up. The screen blinked, locked onto their frequencies, and with a soft beep, sent them plummeting. One crashed into the pig pen, where my boar, Hank, promptly stomped it into the mud. The other spiraled into my greenhouse, scattering my chickens like confetti. By noon, Monica was at my gate, shrieking about $1,500 in damages and threatening to call the FBI. I held up my jammer license and a printout of FAA rural airspace rules. She didn't bother reading them, just grabbed her wrecked drone and stormed off, vowing revenge. I thought that'd be the end, but I underestimated her. The next day, a new HOA citation arrived, accusing me of unauthorized electronic warfare and demanding $1,000 in fines. I smirked because I'd already salvaged the drone's memory cards. Monica thought she was hunting a simple rancher, but I was trained to unravel conspiracies in war zones. That night, I dissected the drone wreckage in my workshop. The first card held standard footage sweeps of my fields, my barn, my livestock. Creepy, but not damning. The second drone's data stopped me cold. Detailed zooms on my wind turbines, wiring, close-ups of my power converters, and schematics etched on my battery bank. Monica wasn't just snooping. She was scouting my energy system. For what? I cross-referenced the drone's IDs with my jammer logs, confirming they were linked to the HOA's network. She was using official channels to spy, which meant she could twist this against me legally. I needed leverage. I called an old contact, Sam, now a county planner. He revealed my land was flagged for a rezoning proposal, anonymously filed but tied to an HOA-backed developer. They called my ranch underutilized and pitched it for a sprawling eco-condo complex. My blood ran hot. Monica wasn't just nosy, she was orchestrating a land grab. By afternoon, another HOA notice arrived, accusing me of emotional distress and illegal frequency use. I burned it in my fire pit, watching the ashes scatter. That evening, 3 new drones appeared, hovering just outside my jammer's range, one flashing HOA in blinking lights. It was absurd, infuriating, and a clear taunt. I stopped playing defense. I rigged decoy transmitters around my property, mimicking sensitive tech signals to lure her drones into chasing ghosts. I upgraded my jammer for precision pulses, enough to disorient without crashing. New cameras motion triggered, infrared, encrypted went up overnight. My ranch became a digital fortress. The next morning, I caught Monica at my property line with 2 men in fake county badges, scribbling notes about my irrigation pipes. I confronted them, phone recording, and they admitted she'd hired them. They fled when I mentioned trespassing laws. Monica glared from her yard, but I just waved and said, "Tell your drones to stop buzzing my horses. They're getting annoyed." Then came the real twist. A package with no sender, just a USB drive and a note. "Thought you'd want this. Watch your back." The drive held HOA emails, meeting notes, and a memo signed by Monica, detailing a plan to seize my land via fake violations and rezoning votes. It was a blueprint for sabotage. I didn't sleep. I prepared. The next day, a sleeker drone appeared, dodging my decoys. I hit it with a low-power jammer pulse, and it crashed near my windmill. Monica arrived, drenched and raging, accusing me of felony sabotage. I cited FAA rules on low-altitude flights over livestock. She didn't care, screaming that the HOA would bury me. That afternoon, fake compliance SUVs parked across my road, snapping photos. I filmed them, quoted county codes, and they peeled out. I sent the drone parts and USB to my cybersecurity friend, Leo, who found a sonic emitter in the latest drone designed to spook animals. Monica was waging psychological war. Her final move was a lawsuit, claiming I destroyed her drones and destabilized the community. In court, she strutted in a Navy suit, clutching a binder like a shield. I wore jeans and a work shirt, but I had evidence. Drone fragments, my jammer license, and the USB emails. Leo's report was the knockout Monica's drone carried a crowd control pulse emitter, illegal for civilian use. The courtroom went quiet. The judge banned her drone flights and ordered an FAA probe. Monica's empire was crumbling. At an emergency HOA meeting, I presented the evidence. The room erupted when I played footage of her drone pulsing my livestock, followed by her emails plotting my ruin. A board member, Ellen, exposed Monica's forged documents and unapproved drone purchases. A retiree, George, proposed dissolving the HOA entirely. The vote passed 90%. Monica fled, grabbing for my flash drive. I stopped her and whispered, "I've got backups. Don't test me." She left, defeated. The local news ran the story. Drone Queen toppled. Monica's name became a punchline. The FAA traced her drones to an illegal vendor, and she faced fraud charges. Her house went up for sale, unsold. The neighborhood relaxed, see no more petty fines, just kids playing and neighbors chatting. I returned to ranching, but the Pentagon noticed my drone defenses, offering a consulting gig. I took it, working remotely, blending farm life with high-tech strategy. Months later, I saw Monica directing traffic at a town fair, stripped of power, ignored by passers-by. Our eyes met. She looked away, shamed. My ranch thrived, protected by a new drone alert system. Peace wasn't just quiet, it was knowing I'd outsmart a tyrant. What do you think? Was Monica a mastermind or just a power-hungry bully? Should HOAs have any control over private land? And how far would you go to protect your home from a nosy neighbor? Drop your thoughts below, hit like, and subscribe for more wild stories.